Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the lovely outdoors up in the Lake District. As you can see, it's a lovely day. Yeah, really peaceful out here as well. Birds are chirping away. It's nice to see. A little bit more sunshine today, breaking through the clouds as well. So that's nice. We're just starting off down in Glen Ridding. We're going to hike all the way up along Swirl Edge and then go up to the peak of Helvellyn. And then we're going to go back down Striding Edge on the other side of that. I'll put a little map up to show you where we are, what it looks like. But yeah, it should be a good route today. What's the total distance, Andy?
About 12k. About
12k, so similar to the last video. And then me and Sweety, we bought some trunks. We might go for a dip in one of the towns, one of the lakes. So that could be quite fun later. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hope you enjoy the video. Okay, little update. Been walking for all of about 5 minutes, similar to yesterday. Too hot already. Jumper's come off, trousers have come off, got the shorts on. Lovely weather for it. Getting nice and warm, going up the steeper part now. So yeah, hopefully the wind won't pick up like yesterday. We'll get a nice still day. And the drone footage at the top will be a bit less jerky than it was yesterday. That's the plan, so we shall see.
Good stats about how much energy you're saving with those poles, Andy. Not about the poles, but I can give you another one if you like.
Here we go. Go on then.
So, what's the human? Humans would walk. We can save about 60 to 65% momentum from one set to the next. So you only have to put in, like, you know, not 100% work effort. You can't have momentum with you. Now penguins, when they walk, they wobble. They're actually pivoting on each foot every time they take a step. So in terms of energy conservation, they can save about 90%.
Oh.
The next. Honestly, they're a lot slower. They can still cover a lot of distance.
Did you read that on the back of a penguin bar?
Make sure they run out of space. I was short fitting you boys.
It's bloody lovely, mate. Absolutely lovely. Yes, mate. Here? I'm happy with either, mate. That is stunning. Looking over there, that backdrop is unreal. Okay, so we just stopped about halfway up this initial climb, going all the way up to there, where you can see a few more people up the top. So yeah, but yeah, the views are absolutely stunning. If you look behind me here, you can see the lakes down in the corner, beautiful. So Sweety's got the drone, he's going to put that up, hopefully get some good footage. Okay, also we've just been filming with the drone. We've had a lot of people pass us up the hill, as you can see behind me here. A lot of them scaling it now. So in honour of David Goggins, we're going to go take some souls, beat them to the top. We'll see how many we can pass. Okay, so we're just at the top section of this little ridge bit now. Heading up behind me is where we're going to go. I think we sufficiently took quite a few souls on the way up. I'm not sure how many. I'll have to look back on the footage and give that a count. But Andy's got confirmation of that. What did you say? You heard it?
So I got a bit of news from one of the snatch souls. Just after they walked past, they turned to each other and said, we just got overtaken by a guy wearing Adidas gazelles.
There you go. Taking souls everywhere out here.
Yeah, when I said halfway, I was joking. Short bit of time now.
Monster.
Okay, so we just come over the initial section up to the first kind of peak. I'm just going to show you the rest of the walk around in a second. That's where we're going. It's pretty stunning views. So yeah, I'll turn the camera around in a second and show you that. Okay, so we started off right the way down there. I'm not sure how much you can actually see from this. And yeah, we walked all the way along one of the ridges down there, up this section over here. And now we've hiked along this path and we're going to go along up this cat's eye can, along the path up here to the peak of this, and then from there we're going to go along Struwell Edge up to this point here, which is Helvellyn, which is the highest point in this section, and then we'll come back around and down along the other edge. That's name slipped my mind, and we'll come back around from there.
46 minutes it took me. Buzzing.
So we're actually taking a slightly different route to what I first thought. We're going to go up this path here until we get to this point, and then we're going to circle back along this path towards one of the towns, one of the lakes up there. And from that lake, well, me and Sweet will probably have a swim, and then we'll walk up to the peak from that way, and then back along the other way. That's the plan. Okay, so we've actually taken a slightly different route. We've gone more directly towards the base of Helvellyn first, because just over this ridge that I'm walking over, this little mound, at the base of Helvellyn there is a little tarn, a little lake, and that's where we're going to swim for a little bit. Temperatures, how cold is it, Andy?
The water?
Well, out here for now, and in the water as well.
I think we reached a nice 10 degrees in the sunshine.
About 10 degrees in the sunshine, which is pretty nice to be honest. Pretty comfortable. And in the water, what do you think?
Be lucky with an 8 or 9.
Lucky with an 8 or 9, so this will be nice. Wake us up for the morning. But yeah, just coming over the ridge now. Hopefully you're going to see the lake in a second. I'll show you the view. There it is.
Why is no one swimming in it?
There will be in a minute, mate.
Where's the kayaks?
Okay, so we're just at the lake here, about to go for a swim. We're then going to walk along this path. I'm going to go back on ourselves this way. We've just come from that direction first, but we're going to go back a little bit this way and then join a path that comes somewhat up the ridge and go all the way along the ridge, up Big Cat's Can. Get to the top, probably do some drone footage up there, and then we'll walk along this way, all the way along this, which is Swill Ridge. A little bit scrambly, should be good fun. All the way up along this part here to Helvellyn, which is this point right there. And then once we've done a bit of drone footage on there as well, we'll probably come along here, along Striding Ridge, all the way back and round. But yeah, it is a glorious day for it. Okay, so we've just finished swimming. Come out of the lake now. Just crossing a little stream. You can see I've got my hat and my hoodie back on. Pretty cold. It is a hard life sometimes having enough full body fat. So we're trying to warm back up now. Just going to walk up the steep part of the Big Cat's Can. Probably route 1, warm up the body, get to the top quick, feeling peckish, so gonna have some food when we get there. But yeah, gonna walk up the steep bit just to get the body moving, get warmer, and then we'll stop with a lovely view for some food.
He's going up not really prepared and really underselling stuff. He's got really good things to go do, which for the general person, like, not a good idea.
Makes all crow.
Okay, we're nearing the peak now of Cat's Can. That's where we're going to have our lunch, at the top of this. It's got lovely views coming down across over to Helvellyn behind me, down the lake, the tarn, down the bottom as well, that we went swimming in earlier. So yeah, when we get to the top, we'll put the drone up, get some cool footage, and then we're going to stop for lunch up there as well. So that's the plan. I'll see you up there. Hiya.
Hi.
It's got to be, surely. So we started this morning the other side of this ridge here, right at the bottom by kind of where the lake is. It follows round, started up the path down here, and yeah, climbed up the other side of that mound, came out about here, walked all the way along the ridge this way, all the way along there, along this path, down to the lake. That's where we went swimming, and then we've just come up the path this way, which leads around and then back where we came from, along this ridge here to the peak where we are now. So that's where we are.
Found the drone.
Just how purist they'll be.
So it might be, you might learn pretty early on that he just ends up going off by himself.
Yeah.
Okay, so a little update. We just had lunch with a lovely view. I'm sure you've seen the drone footage by now on the video that I'm going to share. We've done about 6.5k walking so far. We're just going to head now down the ridge over to Helvellyn, and yeah, across Swirl Edge. Yeah, we're going to walk all the way along there up to the peak. Probably give you an update from that point, and then yeah, across Swirl Edge on the other side, all the way back. But yeah, Sweet's just having a photo, and then we're going to hit the road again. Steady. Okay, so we're nearly at Swirl Edge now. Pretty biblical looking, to be honest. Really cool. It's going to get a little bit more tricky in terms of moving. It's going to be more of a scramble. Quite a lot of exposure off the left-hand side, I believe, of where we're walking. But yeah, to be a bit more climbing specific, a bit more relative to my channel, a bit more relevant for the viewers. So yeah, going to get a little bit closer, show you what it looks like, and yeah, hopefully film a fair bit of it and what it looks like when we're on there. But yeah, for the most part at the minute we're just walking obviously quite easily along the ridge, but it does get a bit more scrambly up ahead, so brace for some fun. Couple of routes of choice now, simple and boring, along this path off the left, along there, or up over where this guy is. I think you know already which one we're going to go for. Okay, just stop to change, get the shorts back on, change the hat as well, keep the head a bit cooler, and then yeah, we're just going to attack this bit of fun over the rocks. I'm just going to turn the camera around so you can see. Nice bit of off-piste in here. Sweet has escaped. Nice work, sir. Yeah, nice bit of fun going up and down these.
Where did you get Helvellyn?
Right, left, middle.
I think we're going straight over, are we? Just going to hold the old camera in the left hand so that I can scramble with the right, which isn't injured. Nice and easy up some of these rocks now. Pretty simple route. I think it's probably a V0. Not very technical. Not much. Yeah. Precision required, I don't think. Although it would make things a little bit easier. But yeah, it's pretty easy walking on this. Are we putting a drone up, are we? Or are you just getting hot?
Yeah, hot.
It might seem a bit silly, but I think climbing, and slab climbing in particular, foot placements makes this a lot easier now. I just see edges that I think some people don't actually see, which make it a lot easier to grip on, much more balanced, easy to scramble up here. Seems to be working quite nicely. It's quite a lot more steep now, but a lot of jagged edges to hold on to all the way up. Quite a few people here. Might try and cut over this where there's nobody at the minute. Be a bit faster. Let's see how we get on up there.
So what way did you ascend?
We came round the back along at what side? That path over there, like I said, where the dog came up there.
That's it, mate. Keep those hips in. Weight through the feet. Yeah. Looks like most people are coming along this section of the path, so I'm going to go off the left where there's less people. A little bit more rocky, but that also means it's a little bit more fun. Nearing the summit now. Only a couple little bits more left to go. And here we are. That's us out at the top. And what a beautiful backdrop. Stunning. All the way around. Wow. Cool, so since lunch we've just come from the peak over there, all the way along this path, and then where it got a bit more rocky in this section, that's what we just scrambled up just now, over the edges here, and then we just came out over this section, and now we're just taking in the stunning view that we have for all our efforts to get to the top. So we'll spend a bit more time here, go to the peak of Helvellyn just there, wander around there in a sec. It's nice and busy up here, and you can tell why. Look at the day. Beautiful. Okay, so now we're at the top of this summit. We can actually see Scotland from where we are. I'm going to turn the camera around in a sec and zoom in. I'm not sure if it's going to pick it up, but in the distance we can actually see Scotland across a little stretch of sea from where we are here, which is apparently about 50 miles away, is what we're thinking. So yeah, quite cool that it's a good enough day that there's no clouds, we can actually see through. Hopefully when I turn the camera around you'll be able to see that as well. So I've just zoomed as far in as possible, and you can just about see it. The camera focuses a bit better, but the water here is a little lake nearby, but then the end of England that we can see is just above my finger, and then just above that is a little stretch of water, which is the sea, and then the other side, this dark figure here, that is one of the stretches of Scotland. That's about 50 miles away. So we're just walking to the opposite side, to the lake that we swam in earlier, the other side. I'm just going to show you the view of this section in a second. Also equally as stunning. Apparently there's another way up to where we are from this side, obviously, and it's a little bit sort of less steep, so if you've got your dog with you, that might be the route you take, a bit easier on the little pup. But yeah, just going to show some views now that I'm nearing the edge of this side.
Did you guys double lunch?
I double
Yeah.
meals, yeah, but I did double eat them earlier as well.
Daleka mnie wbija szlak, to bo się rowery nie zjeżdżają.
Nagle znajdziemy się na Bali, na Grochu będziemy po prostu.
A na ile dni na ile?
Okay, so we're just wandering now from Helvellyn down to the sort of the peak of Striding Edge. We're going to put the drone up from there. Should get some cool footage over Striding Edge. It goes down quite steep initially and then rides back up a bit. And then it's, yeah, quite rocky all the way, scrambly, similar to the other one we just did a second ago. So yeah, should get some cool footage on the drone and yeah, good shots of us walking along. Okay, we just stopped for a snack, got the drone up in the air once again. Nice little overhanging seat on this, with a nice view down to where we're going to climb next, climb down this way. It's very steep, quite a direct route all the way up, scrambly. That's going to be similar to Swirl Edge that we did before. But yeah, just going to go along Stride Edge now, down quite steep to begin with, and then narrows out a bit. Yeah, quite exposed on both sides, this one as well, so should get some cool footage. Steady. Okay, so this is the route. That's probably flat with where I am right now, looking like this, and we're going this way, but we're going all the way down at this angle, so it's very steep on the way down. fair, it's not actually the steepness so much that's the problem with this. It's more that there's loads of loose rock underfoot, so it's very slippy. You place your foot and a lot of rock slides away from where you are, so be pretty careful on your way down here. Yeah, good job of wearing the footwear of choice. Our trustworthy gazelles, they should help me down pretty nicely. But yeah, quite a lot of loose rock. Got to be careful with where we're placing our feet. Look at that, Sweety's found his route on his own. We're going to join him, head across this way. Less people, less slippy rocks, a bit more spongy moss underfoot.
Shingly over here. Chimney down the stack.
Yeah, little chimney.
No, it's after that bit, plain stone.
Sweet, see it. Not another one. The problem is my shadows. You could bring my shadows and stuff. You know, like a single apple ear pod. What are they called? Dog?
Okay, we're just waiting for a couple of people to down climb. They're taking it very steady on this steeper section. Goes up to a nice part of the route on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the drone up, and then we're going to film ourselves doing the ascent up here, going up to the ridge. Should get some cool shots of that, and then go over the top. And yeah, hopefully we get some cool footage from that. Okay, so we just filmed some really cool drone footage. I hope it comes out really nicely. I mean, the quality of the camera on those drones is unbelievable, so I'm certain it will be fantastic. But yeah, haven't vlogged too much along the most of Striding Edge. We're just coming towards the end of it. There's the last little bit up ahead of us now. But yeah, awesome walk. Like I say, it's really exposed, which is quite fun. Makes you feel quite small in nature. But yeah, absolutely amazing. The weather is unbelievable, so still, no wind at all really, and the views, as you've seen, are just fantastic both sides. It's absolutely incredible. So yeah, we're just gonna make our last ascent up this section, another scrambly area, and then yeah, once we've done that, should be pretty straightforward, nice easy walking down from there back to camp.
It's cool seeing the crampon marks, but it's also like, when they're a big long line, you go, that means it was just fucking sliding.
Tell you what, filming and climbing at the same time, a little bit more challenging than you think. Looking where your camera's pointing and where your feet are, not easy to do at the same time. So yeah, hopefully that footage wasn't too wobbly.
Like this. Yeah, and on the day I didn't, but
Go on, Andy. Easy.
he's called me soft.
Yeah, I think here's perfect, isn't it? It's the highest point. Okay, we're just at the top, pretty much highest part of Striding Edge on the far side now. So yeah, we're going to put the drone up once more. Should hopefully get some good footage for you. And yeah, some cool shots, so I'll do that now. Okay, we're just making our last descent now. Much easier climb down. Walking along this, just the last tricky section on the way down. And then yeah, you can see we're kind of coming out to the end. But yeah, in terms of where we've walked, I'll turn the camera around in a second and just show you that, and then where we're going to walk back. Okay, so we started way down here, the other side of this ridge, that's just by my finger. We walked all the way along up here and then down the lower section here, all the way to the lovely tarn. Little lake, went for a little dip in there this morning. Pretty cold, pretty sharp, but nice. Yeah, warmed up and then walked along this section, and then came back on ourselves up to the top up here. Had a bit of food, got some drone footage, and then we went all the way back down this way along Squirrel Ridge, Squirrel Edge, sorry, up the top, up to Helvellyn up there, and then down Striding Ridge, or Striding Edge, sorry, all the way along here. Took some more drone footage. That was the sort of rockier, trickier part. And then we're just making our way to the exit now, down this way.
Not impressed.
Just trying to step over.
Oh, he's gone backwards.
I don't know if he's very much. Yeah, my legs might want to run, but I don't think my knees are gonna.
Triple chocolate cookies. That is 12 chocolate cookies. 12.
Thank you, sir. Unreal.
I thought I could do a mouse or something. Bushes, my backpack squeaking.
How good you're hearing, mate.
All went into that earlier. That one. But no, I didn't do much while I was there, I think.
How long did it take you to get to there?
You're going from Scarfell Pike. So it's
Ooh, steady on, son.
it's quite a ways, I want to say.
When did you get through?
Might have a quick check on the path. This could be a good corner cut back to where we were without doing too much.
It's pretty mad, isn't it?
It's been there for a while. Whoop. Where'd that come from?
What, the bog? Or the tree? Don't know. Avoid that one though. Wow. Go stand in front of that for scale, mate.
Me around it.
You, make it look bigger. Wow.
Lights out and away we go. We're closer than I thought.
I thought it was kind of gasoline as well. So that's the campsite we pitched in.
Yeah, down there.
The Royal Wee, and then car park.
Quite fittingly, there is a crow on top of this boulder, which I'm now going to call Crow's Rock, and I'm probably going to try and climb it, see what grade it is. But yeah, sat proudly at the top. Here's a crow. Okay, so we're going for what I believe is a first ascent of Crow's Rock. Looks very simple, should be V1 I think, but yeah, maybe a little bit more challenging in the gazelles, but we'll give it a go. That'll be a top out. Probably a V0 I think, maybe a V intro. But for the views, well worth getting up here anyway. Okay, gonna move on to another side of the rock. Should be a little bit more challenging, but thankfully I can climb this. It's a lot of slab really, more than anything else, but a lot less underhanging than the last route. So this will be a little bit more tricky, but I'm going to take as little weight on my fingers as possible because we don't want to injure those. We'll see how it goes. Going to start with two hands here. Whew. Definitely more challenging, probably more of a V3, but yeah, a lot more fun that one. Nice route. There's probably some more difficult climbs on the overhang, sorry, under here, and maybe on this side, but I'm not going to climb those because too challenging for this. But good to get some climbing in the hiking video. Hope you enjoyed it. See you soon.
The hill's kind of disappearing though as I walk forward. Spotted a pub garden.
Updated.
Here we go.
Walk on 25 for the minute.
This is the behind the scenes footage. The main man controlling it. And the main man driving well.
Yeah.
Now come the other way.
Oh, I should have stopped. Shouldn't have stopped filming now.
Battery level is low. Aircraft will return to the home point in 10 seconds.
Mega!
That is beautifully done, sir.
Wow.
Unreal. As you can see, I'm now back in London. I've managed to take the time to have a haircut, which was much needed as well. But yeah, what a trip. Really enjoyed that. That was literally what my brand is all about. Go out there, live your life, make the most of it. We had one hell of a weekend and we were so lucky with the weather. Yeah, particularly the wind, certainly on the last day for the footage from this video. Yeah, really still allowed the drones to not give us some sort of jerky images, and it was, yeah, just stunning scenery all around the Lake District. If you've not been, I would highly recommend that you go. It was unbelievable. I honestly felt like I was in a different country. You don't even realise that we have this on our doorstep until you actually go there. But yeah, awesome trip. Massive shouts out to Sweety and Andy for obviously providing the drones that they gave the footage for, and Andy in particular as well. He hosted us up there, so massive shout out to you, mate. Thanks for that. Yeah, hell of a trip. Really enjoyed it. That's all for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the footage, the editing, the drone shots. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. But most importantly, as always, as you know, make sure you grab life by the plums, and I'll see you in the next one.